Imagine waking up one morning and finding yourself in the body of an elephant. The ground trembles slightly as you take a step. A warm breeze carries the scent of grass, dust, and distant water. Suddenly you realize your nose is also your hand, your straw, your shower, and even your trumpet. Life as an elephant isn't just big, it's extraordinary. These giants aren't just the largest land animals, they're some of the most intelligent, emotional, and socially complex beings on the planet. Being an elephant would mean stepping into a world where strength meets kindness, where memory guides survival, and where family ties last a lifetime. So today, let's dive deep into the world of elephants and discover why being one of these gentle giants might just be the coolest life you could imagine. Let's start with the obvious. Elephants are enormous. African elephants can weigh up to 6,000 kilograms. That's like stacking 3 cars on top of each other. Their sheer size makes them nearly untouchable by predators. Lions may be the kings of the savannah, but even they usually think twice before challenging a full-grown elephant. But what's really cool is that their size isn't just about survival. Elephants shape entire ecosystems. When they walk through forests, they knock down small trees, creating clearings that allow other plants to grow. In savannas, their feeding habits help keep the landscape open, which supports a variety of animals. In other words, elephants are ecosystem engineers. They don't just live in their environment, they redesign it. If elephants had a superpower, it would definitely be their trunk. This one organ combines the strength of a bulldozer with the precision of a surgeon. Imagine having a nose that can rip branches off a tree, lift hundreds of kilograms, and at the same time pick up a single blade of grass or even a coin from the ground. The trunk contains over 40,000 muscles, more than the entire human body. With it, elephants can breathe, smell, touch, grasp, drink, and even communicate. They use their trunks to greet each other, like a handshake or a hug. And when they're upset or excited, you'll see them trumpet loudly, sending sound waves that can travel for miles. Scientists have even discovered that elephants use their trunks for infrasound, super low-frequency communication that humans can't hear. Through this secret language, herds can stay in contact even when they are kilometers apart. Imagine talking to your family across an entire city without using a phone. Elephants can do that naturally. One of the coolest things about elephants is that they are some of the most emotional animals on the planet. They live in complex family groups, usually led by the oldest female, the matriarch. She carries the knowledge of where to find food and water, and the rest of the herd relies on her wisdom. But it's not just about survival. Elephants genuinely care for one another. When a baby elephant is born, the whole herd celebrates. Females help the mother raise the calf, protecting it from danger and teaching it how to use its trunk. And here's something truly touching. Elephants mourn their dead. They have been observed standing silently over the body of a lost companion, touching the bones with their trunks, and even returning to the spot years later. It's a behavior so rare in the animal kingdom that it almost feels human. You've probably heard the phrase, "An elephant never forgets." While that's not literally true, elephants really do have extraordinary memories. Scientists have documented elephants recognizing individual humans even after decades. They can also remember migration routes, water holes, and safe paths across hundreds of kilometers. This powerful memory isn't just trivia, it's survival. In times of drought, it's often the matriarch's memory of distant water sources that saves the herd. In one famous case in Africa, a matriarch led her group directly to a water hole she had last visited more than 20 years before. That kind of recall makes elephants living encyclopedias of the wild. Being an elephant is cool because it means being part of a deeply connected family. Their herds aren't just groups of animals. They're social networks full of love, conflict, teamwork, and even politics. Elephants greet each other with trumpeting calls and trunk touches. They play, they babysit calves, and they even console each other in stressful situations. When one elephant is distressed, another may place its trunk gently in its mouth, almost like saying, "It's going to be okay." And it's not just their own herd. Elephants have been observed forming alliances with unrelated herds or helping injured strangers. Their social intelligence rivals that of dolphins and primates, making them some of the most socially sophisticated animals on Earth. Elephants have a secret language that most humans can't hear. As we mentioned earlier, they use infrasound, vibrations below the range of human hearing, to talk to each other over distances of up to 10 kilometers. But their communication doesn't stop there. Elephants rumble, trumpet, and even purr like giant cats. Each sound carries specific meaning: warnings about predators, calls to gather, or signals of affection. What's even cooler is that elephants also communicate through the ground. Their massive footsteps create vibrations that other elephants can detect through sensitive cells in their feet and trunks. It's like living in a world where the earth itself becomes a telephone. If elephants had a favorite place, it would probably be the waterhole. Watching elephants play in water is one of the most joyful sights in nature. They splash, roll, and spray each other with their trunks. It's like a pool party in the savannah. But water isn't just for fun. Elephants also use it for survival. They dig wells in dry riverbeds, providing drinking water not only for themselves, but for countless other animals. In this way, elephants aren't just looking after their own herd, they're sustaining entire ecosystems. And here's a fun fact: elephants are surprisingly good swimmers. They can use their trunks as natural snorkels, wading across deep rivers with ease. Imagine carrying your own built-in scuba gear everywhere you go. That's elephant life. When you think of elephants, one word comes to mind: power. These giants are the strongest land animals on Earth. An adult elephant can push down a full-grown tree, lift logs weighing hundreds of kilograms, or clear a path through thick vegetation like a bulldozer made of muscle. But what's fascinating is how they use this strength with surprising gentleness. A mother elephant can delicately pick up her newborn calf with her trunk, or pluck a single blade of grass with the same organ that can uproot a tree. It's the perfect combination of raw power and precise control. Elephants aren't just animals, they're ecosystem engineers. By knocking down trees, they create open grasslands where other species can thrive. When they dig for water, they create wells that sustain countless animals during dry seasons. Even their dung plays a role, spreading seeds and fertilizing the soil. In many ways, elephants are nature's gardeners, shaping the landscape for the benefit of thousands of other species. Without elephants, entire ecosystems in Africa and Asia would collapse or look radically different. For thousands of years, humans have admired, feared, and revered elephants. In Asia, they've been symbols of wisdom and strength, often associated with gods and kings. In Africa, they are seen as guardians of the savannah, representing endurance and memory. Even today, elephants appear in art, stories, and films worldwide. They capture our imagination because they're not just animals. They embody values we admire: strength, loyalty, intelligence, and compassion. If you think about it, elephants are like superheroes of the natural world. They have super strength, super memory, super senses, and even a built-in snorkel. But unlike most superheroes, their greatest power isn't what they can do alone. It's how they live together, in families bound by love and wisdom. To be an elephant is to live a life full of purpose, protecting your herd, caring for the young, and shaping the land for future generations. It's a life that reminds us humans of the values we often forget: patience, empathy, and harmony with nature. So, if someone ever asks you what animal you'd want to be, think twice before saying eagle, tiger, or dolphin. Because being an elephant, that's not just cool, that's legendary.